On any given day in Canada, there are about 35,000 adults and youth serving time in custody and another 150,000 being supervised in the community. Chances are you know someone who has fallen on the wrong side of the law. They are not just people we hear about on the news or who come from communities distant from our own. They are our friends, family, co-workers, our neighbors. They are people from all walks of life, rich, poor, professionals, the unemployed, the housed, and the homeless. They are people who, for one reason or another, have made poor choices and as a consequence, have landed in the hands of the law. From initial arrest through the court process, punishment, and eventual reintegration, the offender, their families, and the victims of their crimes will meet difficult decisions, emotional battles, and the challenge of readjusting their lives. While the support of family and friends can help ease the pain, many of those convicted of a crime lack the resources, capacity, and expertise to cope. The Salvation Army recognizes that not everyone has the ability to help themselves. That's why we've lent a helping hand to people touched by the criminal justice system since 1883. Thanks to the pioneering efforts of Salvation Army founder William Booth, we've been a leader in Canadian correctional and justice services for more than a century. Booth's tradition of confronting crime with Christian love and concern continues in our corrections programs today. From the courtroom to the prison cell to the community at large, we've been here with innovative programs and services that have helped heal individuals, families, as well as entire communities. Today, the Salvation Army takes a comprehensive four-pillared approach to corrections, including chaplaincy, community residential facilities, restorative justice, and community programs. Used together, these four pillars help build better, safer communities for us all. Chaplaincy has played a major part in our corrections programs since the inception of the Salvation Army. Chaplains positioned within Canada's courthouses and correctional institutions provide spiritual guidance as well as practical assistance to the accused, the convicted, victims, families, and witnesses of crime.
In the courthouse setting, chaplaincy is the first step of providing a service and a ministry to people that the courts themselves do not provide.
As an individual, they deserve our respect and as much dignity as we can present to them. And so a lot of the times coming into this courthouse, gets labeled as an institution, and it can be very cold and uninviting. There are people in that setting who really want to help them. So they come in here and they see a smiling face, somebody that's ready to listen, and somebody that's ready to assist in it all possible. Spiritual care is showing to people that you have a deep concern for them as individuals and that you want to be there to assist them in the present circumstance. Our goal is to lead them beyond the crises that they're facing and to realize that there is hope and there's support from ourselves and others that to assist them to be restored in their own way of life. In chaplaincy, spiritual care begins by doing practical things, whether that's making phone calls for the prisoners or calling the lawyers or calling the family to get them to come to court. If they get released on bail, if they're in jailhouse clothes, we do have a change of clothes that we can allow them to exchange, and they don't have to leave the place in orange. It gives them a little bit peace of mind that way. Sometimes we become the first person that they look for as a means of support, and we're here to do that support, whatever aspect that support entails. We are able to establish our rapport with them and trust. And most of them deeply appreciate our being there for them. I've had a fair amount of people come back through the doors once they've been released and just poke in and say thank you very much for the fact that you are here and that you treat us as an individual. We're not just there to deal with the immediate situation. I believe that every individual is of value to God. And my ultimate goal is to show them hope and to give them hope. If we're able to help one person be restored to God in a personal relationship with Him, that in itself merits all the time and the energy that chaplains put into their work in the courthouse.
After an offender is released from a correctional institution, it is important that they develop the necessary skills and behaviors to reintegrate back into the community. With these skills in hand, they can become productive, law-abiding members of society. The Salvation Army's residential facilities assist both adult and youth offenders in the reintegration process. Through a national network of Salvation Army correctional services, offenders are provided with support, taught critical life and job skills, attend school, receive treatment, and take part in recreational activities in the community.
Community resource facilities have certainly have a positive effect for offenders, and they do that by greatly enhancing the chances of their making a successful reintegration into the community by providing some structure in a halfway house setting, supports in terms of various programs that they can access while they're there. And of course, these halfway houses are located in communities where there are all sorts of other supports that they may need, whether it's educational or health care particularly, and also allows them access to their families as well.
The Salvation Army Cuthbert House is a young person open custody facility in Brampton. We take young people here technically from the age of 12 to 17. A key to them being successful is not being on their own and then falling back into their old ways.
So I think it very much serves the community's interests to do whatever we can to enhance the likelihood that someone's going to make a success of their release in the community.
We identify the needs that brought them into conflict with the law. We then prioritize them and work with a team, probation officer, clinicians, Cuthbert House staff, and the resident himself, as well as his family or significant others, to work on the specific issues as to why they got into trouble with the law, make the necessary changes.
A crime causes great distress to all those it touches, including victims, families, witnesses, and the offenders themselves. While traditional sentencing continues to play a strong role in restoring justice to our communities, it cannot repair the harm caused to each of these parties alone. Where traditional sentencing falls short, the Salvation Army's restorative justice programs step in. These programs bring victims and offenders together in an effort to repair the damage caused by the crime and restore justice to all parties involved.
Restorative justice is a different way of looking at crime. It's a way of repairing harm and humanizing the criminal justice process. The courtroom takes over, so the lawyers and the judges are the ones that are making the decisions about people's lives. In restorative justice, the victim has a say in what's going to happen, and so does the offender. So you get to know what the offender was thinking, what they were doing, and then the victim also has a right to say, this is what I want, this is how I feel, and this is what I'm going to need to feel whole again.
By developing a strong link between the offender and their community, the likelihood of a person reoffending can be reduced. In recognition of this, the Salvation Army has pioneered a number of community-building programs designed to help an offender gain a greater respect for the people and property within their communities. These programs include life therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, prostitution diversion, and family relationship building, among dozens of others.
Community programs help strengthen a youth's tie to their community by giving them that sense of belonging. It's all about restoring your faith in the community and the community's faith in the young person.
Offenders are given practical skills to help in their everyday interactions with their family, with their acquaintances, with potential employers, probation officers, parole officers, etc. They learn conflict resolution, effective communication skills, problem-solving skills, goal setting, and arousal reduction techniques for their anger management.
We have community programs on drug and alcohol, awareness and education, anger management, bullying behaviors for both the victim and the young person causing the behaviors.
The goals of community programs are to assist individuals in whatever area they're having problems, areas that are interfering with their ability to function satisfactorily in the community.
We hope that they take a lot of those skills and they're able to use them in their day-to-day lives, and that they can avoid contact with the justice system.
While punishment is the currency an offender must pay for their actions, it is not the only corrections tool available to us. Creating better, safer communities requires a more holistic approach to crime management. Programs encouraging crime prevention, community reintegration, spiritual healing, and the promotion of self-worth are wholly necessary to heal the individuals who have wronged, the victims they have harmed, and the communities they have disrupted. The Salvation Army has been actively implementing such programs for over 100 years. With your support, we can continue to bring innovation to Canadian correctional and justice services for the next 100 years.